All right, so we are here. We're actually going to be doing the Hegoai. It's a fire rescue station, so kind of like the police station we had before. We're kind of doing the same thing, and yeah, I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
Ray guns, Legos, bricks and toys.
Okay, so here we go. We are up and Adam. We've got our fire station here. Now, this was something I got off the TikTok shop, so this is something that I got there. It is a shoppable item. You're able to get it in the shop itself. Hey, Precious, how are you? I'm up on the platforms here, so I've got all the platforms up. Um, but yeah, so this fire rescue we got from the TikTok shop, and there's some pretty decent building stuff. Now, the police station just did a review for that. I'll have that up on the YT next week, so that way you can see it there. And I figured we'd build this one today, kind of see what we got. There's quite a bit here. Now, if it's anything like the last one, which feels a little bit different, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bags. Let's kind of see what they have. Hey, Kobe, what's happening, my man? This one actually has some panels that they've got stickers that actually have panels on it, some hazard stuff, which is nice. Uh, Very much reminds me of old school Legoland stuff. So, hey, buddy. So, I figured we'd put this one together. Now, before they said that we had bags one were pages 2 to 6, 2, 3, 4. So, that might actually help us by not having everything opened at once. So, we'll start with one and we'll kind of move on. Put these down here. So, Kobe, how are you today? You doing good? Hey, Main Slime, what's happening? Hey, Milan, what's up? I thought I had a trash bag over there. Yeah, it's okay. All right, so much like I normally do, I put big pieces in one bin here, small pieces in the other, and we'll build right up here so we can see what we're doing. So we got some just boat pieces. So I have a feeling we'll work on the boat first. You're looking for a new pickup, like for your guitar or to drive? I know it's to drive. I know. Six Talk, what's up? So sorry about the robot dog. I kind of I forgot that I had been. It's like I remembered that I looked at it, but I wasn't looking at the dog. I was seeing the robot part, and that was the thing. I was like, the robot dog. I was like, wait, what? It's the robot that I was thinking of. To drive, yeah, yeah. Ignore me, man. I'm being facetious. That's that's my word today. I got I got in a not an argument, but I got on a rampage with someone in a comment section on a video, um, because it's a video about autism, and I was relating to the original author, the poster, and was talking about my coffee mug sort of thing, and this guy was like, "What does that have to do with autism?" And I was like, oh, okay, here we go. And of course, there's a part of me that's like, man, don't put a lot of time into this. Just kind of walk off. And I was like, I can't. So I ended up just not tearing into him, but I was just trying to like, hey, let's really think about what you wrote here. So, hey, Derek, what's happening? Audio Amoeba? That's a cool name. So it went in, like I wrote paragraphs of stuff, and I haven't heard back from him. So I'm guessing in the end, it's like one of those. It's like I really don't know if I could say like the whole idea is like, oh, I won, but I don't know. Man, I'm doing okay today. I've got a lot more room. It's weird because behind me, I've got room behind me now, and I'm just kind of cleaning up the space. I'm gonna be probably after I'm done today, I'll probably be moving like bins around. Hey, Grizzy, what's up? And kind of just cleaning up more and like doing more stuff in here to clean up. But like, I'm actually enjoying this space again. So it's been kind of wild. The other day I had this like really kind of, I say a wild hair, but I had this kind of like, I was looking at everything in here and I was like, I can't. And so I just stayed up late. I was up to like 2 or 3 in the morning, just cleaning and organizing and throwing stuff away and just kind of getting things set up. And I spent a lot of time in here just kind of getting the room set up and ready. And it makes me feel so much better being in here right now. The video that I showed the other day where I had the desk, that's actually here behind me. Let's see if I can find this part, see if I can swing the camera around so you can kind of see. The rest of the room is still kind of messy. Like I'm still working on the other side of this build table desk over there where my I've got like artist paints and stuff that's like buried into a secret wall, but I can't even get to that right now. So yeah, it's here. Let me see if I can swing it around. Let me undo that and swing it around. So back there is the desk portion, and then of course the build table, and I even went as far as to replace the lights around my He-Man stuff. So I've got like new lights up. I'll probably replace the secondary lights. But all of it is just kind of like there to help. Let's see if I get enough air. Yeah. But yeah, like cleaning up shelf space, dusting things, just really trying to get this place like feeling like I spend a lot of time in here, and I really wanted to come in here and be able to say, all right, I can spend time in here and I'm not being overwhelmed by all the junk. So that's something I'm working on, is just trying to clear out projects and stuff I'm not going to use, put things away that I might use down the road, but just kind of need to move them out. So that's kind of a lot of the cleaning process. But yeah, man, hey, let's see. Is it like a regular bedroom or garage? Oh, so it's a bedroom. It's actually it's our second bedroom. So I'm an avid toy collector, so I have a lot of toys. And I mean, when I say a lot, I mean I've got bins upon bins upon bins and shelves. I have probably the first several waves of the Masters Universe toy line, 3 Castle Grayskulls, almost the entire run of the 2000X action figure line, that Castle Grayskull, Warwell, lots of those vehicles. I've got probably about a quarter of all the classics figures that came out, including that Castle Grayskull, Wind Raider, Jet Sled, Loyal Subjects. I mean, I've got a lot. Hey Taylor, come by to say. Hold on. Oh, Travis, hey. I'm heading home from Louisiana. Okay, yeah, man. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Yeah, you were messaging me about the Comic Con, and I just, dude, I was sitting there. I was like, there's a part of me that liked to go, and I didn't realize that they had pushed Comic Con back so much. So I know that they have I know that they have the hold on. I'm looking at the size here. That should be that one. I know that they have the PTX at Paris, Texas Con got pushed back to October. And so I'm doing that one because I've always gone, but it seems like a lot of cons and conventions have been kind of behind this year. Yeah, I was out here for work in Louisiana, had job walkthrough. Okay. So had job walkthrough, like you did good, or they walked through and they were inspecting things. I'm guessing it was good, but I'm just checking. Looky there, we got our first boat. Yay! So this uses a lot of the basic Lego stuff, but we got handles on there. This would be good for some jet. I might, I bet you I could find a way to get this in the water with the divers, because I might change out that flag, take like the fire things off, put a little white stripe on there, stick it over in the diver thing. That'd be kind of cool. All right, let's see. We got this big old piece, and I've got several of these things that I've been wanting to build a spaceship, like a custom spaceship out of it. And then 1, 2. Oh yeah, so toys wise, like I've got a good collection of G.I. Joe Classified. I've got the 3 3/4 inch. I got a full bin of those. I've got Masterverse Classics, Power of the Force 2. I've got some vintage Star Wars. I've got almost the entire run of Kenner Swamp Thing. Lord of the Rings by Toy Biz. Some Jun Planning Nightmare for Christmas. The Mattel's Justice League, Aquaman, Man of Steel. Oh man, Leonard Toys Aliens and Predator. Hasbro's Ecto or Plasm series, Ghostbusters. I mean, diecast vehicles. I've got like jumbo. I've got some figures that I got off of eBay years ago that I shouldn't have said that because now they're going to ding me. Look, I got a restriction. Let's see what it is. I'm sure it's going to say redirecting people. Uh, and it is restricted users to purchase. Knew it. Yeah. Okay. Uh huh. Let's see. I don't know. Hold on. I don't know if you remember me, but you used to be my art teacher when I was in third grade. In third grade, was that at hold on, was that at Manara? I mean, I don't remember Mulan. I don't know based off the name here, but I bet if I saw you or I saw an actual name, I probably would remember you. Art teacher when I was in third grade. So elementary wise, I've only taught at Manara, the main school, and that was 4th through 6th, and then I taught at STEM, that was in Arlington, and that's when I taught kinder up through 8th. So, yeah, was it STEM? I probably do. Arlington, yeah. I still have artwork from one of my old buddies, Goomba, on my wall at where I teach now. So yeah, I keep a lot of that stuff as much as I can. A lot of it gets lost though in movement. But yeah, how you doing? You doing okay? One, two, and one of these here. All right. So with this, we're using these slanted places. Now, we're going to be building up the front of this boat, I'm guessing. So this is going to go here, and then we're adding plates up on top to build this section out here. So this boat reminds me, it's going to be more based off of Lego, which is great, but it also, let's see. Okay, I'm just checking. it's giving me all these restrictions. Um, but I also have, what was I saying? Oh, it's going to be very much Lego, but it's also going to remind me a little bit of the Mold Kings setup, where they are kind of flat on the bottom, which I like. Unfortunately, I was looking at some Slubon sets for their boats, and I was thinking about getting some of those. Problem with those is that they are rounded on the bottom. So, if you are wanting to put it into a flat ocean that you've built up, it's almost near impossible to do. So we're 1, 2, 3. We need to go up one more set. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And then we're going to pop these on here. 1 and 2. There we go. All right, look at that. That's not bad. It's got some nice texture work to it. It is just really cool. I'm not quite sure about this though. I feel like this probably should have had a double snot, or at least a 1x2, a 1x2 snot brick in there just to hold that in, because that's gonna get wonky really quick. I mean, I guess if we're putting a plate in, it doesn't matter, but it just, I don't know, it feels very, very loose. It's like some things have really good clutch power, some do not. This one, those little grill pieces do not have very good clutch power. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1 and 2. So as far as, oh yeah, I'm trying to remember like other toys and stuff that I have. Like I've got lots of Lego. I've got a proton pack. I've got a shelf full of just random monsters. Um, I've got lots of Nerf, a lot of Nerf. So yeah, and some of which, so we have a here where I live, we have a kind of a Nerf battleground that is, it's called the Battlefield actually. I haven't been in a while. I probably need to check in on them. But what they do is they have all these like bunkers and stuff, and they have ammo all over the ground, and you just kind of go in. You can rent a blaster, and you can go for a basic, or you can like spend a little bit more and get a better one, or you can bring your own. And so one time I went in, it was for a birthday party, and I went in and I brought the Prometheus. Now the Prometheus is one of the rival blasters. It's actually battery operated. It's got a hopper that holds, they say it holds 200. I've fit almost 350 rounds in there before. And it's a sidearm. You carry it kind of like this. And I would go in and like some of the kids were like, we want to team up with you. And I would lay down suppressing fire for them. And then they would start moving around, and we were basically defeating all these enemy bases because I was going in and opening fire on the other team to keep them from advancing. And the kids absolutely loved it. They loved it. They thought it was so much fun. But that Prometheus is pretty good, though I have to admit, I've also got the it's another rival. It's the Perseus, and the Perseus is actually really good. It is super fast. Let's see. I was looking to see. It says pose a question with I don't know what that. Jeff, what's happening? What's happening? Hey, so I know that the new Spider-Man movie is about to come out. Has it released yet? That's my question for you. Has it released? Has it not released? And I guess my second question is who's gonna go and watch it? Kobe. I know you will for sure. Let's see, one. Is that the right one? this way. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Me, July 31st. Okay. So there is apparently already speculation that it might not actually be Man Spider. And if it is what I'm thinking, I'm gonna be really highly disappointed that they go that direction. Um, from what I'm hearing is there's a few things. Rumor mill is that it's I might catch that one. Yeah, yeah, that it's supposed to be Venom, and that they're gonna possibly do the Venomized MJ down the road, and that his friend will become Hobgoblin, which I'm okay with that, but I'm not sure about um the Venomized MJ. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I want. It's like I trust me. I'm not against having the whole Venom aspect in a film. I don't know. It's been, I think for us it's been done so often at this. Well, not yeah, it's been kind of often. Like we had it that one time, and then um, in the Venom movies we had those, and I mean unless they're tying the universes together, I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. What do you think? No, I might not be the only one on the fence about it. But who is the mind controlling villain? So I don't know. Um, I was trying to understand. So like the whole thing with the mind control, because I know that that's not Tarantula. Tarantula's got the whole samurai group, and then of course there's going to be Scorpion, and I don't know. There's a lot. Sitting there thinking about like there's a lot of villains, and I remember back in the day, we had complaints about Spider-Man 3 that we had too many villains because we had Sandman, we had the Green Goblin Returns, we had uh, Venom as well. So it's like it seemed like too much, and I'm kind of wondering if this might suffer the same thing. Haven't heard anything about Venom. Yeah, that's so. One of the theories is because if you look at the poster, on the Spider-Man, like No Way Home, um, was it is it Homecoming, Long Way from Home, No Way Home, um, and now the new one. It has his mask, and there's always a villain, like kind of like foreshadowed in his lenses. And so this time, the person shadowed in his lenses is actually MJ out of everybody, and so people are starting to wonder if his black eyes is he's not really doing Man Spider, or he's not going to fully change, but they're kind of people are starting to wonder if they're actually trying to introduce Venom and tie that in from the Venom universe, and then they're also wondering if they're going to venomize MJ and make her like a new villain. I don't know. I don't know. It's like I'm excited to see it. I want to see it, but at the same time, I'm also a little nervous now, hearing the rumor mill. And possibly I'm wrong. I mean, I might not have hold on. I might not, or the information that's come out that people are speculating on might just be absolutely that speculation. And I know at first I was kind of concerned about Masters of the Universe, and I ended up absolutely loving that flick. So, whoops, got everything precariously like resting around here. There we go. So let's see. Was Venom actually in Spider-Man 3 or just the symbiote black suit? So it in the Spider-Man 3, the Tobey Maguire one, okay, so the Sam Raimi, he started as the black suit, with the famous bell tower scene. He gets rid of the black suit, he throws it out, and then it lands on Brock, and then Brock gets it and becomes Venom. So hold on. So in Spider-Man 3, they do have that connection of the black suit and Spider-Man as well. In the Venom series, it's just Brock. They don't have Spider-Man at all. So I'm kind of wondering if they're trying to tie it together. All right, here we go. I'll pop these on. 1, 2. This is kind of a complicated boat so far, but I like it. Not bad. And we're gonna go 1 and 2. So I like the Mold King type boats, but this is pretty good. And I've got some other red. There's a few sets I'm thinking about ripping apart because I'm wanting to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm wanting to make a spaceship. I don't remember that. Okay. Well, it's been a while since I watched it, but if I remember correctly, like it was I'm trying to remember when he gets the black suit. He doesn't keep it for very long, but that's when he starts to do like the weird dancing. He's got the greasy hair, and he kind of becomes Sussy Baka, and that he's like he gets kind of weird, does the whole dance number at the club, and it's just like, what are you doing, man? That was all black suit stuff, and I think it was when MJ didn't want to have anything to do with him that he had backed off, and that's when and I can't remember if he had kissed like uh oh my goodness, Gwen Stacy or not. But yeah, it's been a while. I had to. It hasn't been. Here's the thing. It hasn't been that long. It's been probably a year. My kid actually went through and was watching a lot of them, so he wanted to watch them all. But it's been a year, and that one's not like one of those that was like my favorite. You need to remember to, yeah. My thing is I really liked Bryce Dallas Howard as Gwen Stacy. I thought she looked great. But Emma Stone, I think, carried that sort of allure a little bit better. Sadly, though, she ends up dying. If you haven't watched, I did rewatch 2 with Doc Ock. Yeah. Well, I finally made it around to watching the third No Way Home. I finally got around to watching that and really enjoyed it. I had been waiting and waiting and waiting on my family, and they just they're like too busy, or they're not in the mood, or this. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit up and watch it. So one day they went shopping, and I stayed home, and I ended up watching the movie, and was like, all right, this is great. And I reminded myself to reset it at the beginning. So if they ask, let's watch it together. Because hey, Six Talks, because it was like one of those where it's like, well, I've watched this without you guys. I'm not going to admit to it at this point unless they really like dig into me and ask. Be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Watch a movie without you? I would never, never, ever. But I just kind of got tired of waiting. I was like, I'm here on live. We're talking about it, and I don't have a frame of reference for things. I know, wink, wink. Yeah, I haven't seen that movie yet. knowing, knowing good and well, some of my family members watch my live, so it's like, well, I kind of just outed myself there. But like I said, I got tired of waiting. It was like at this point, the next movie is going to be out. And I kept saying, "Hey, we should watch this before the next movie comes out." Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And then nothing happens. I'm like, come on. Okay, so let's see here. We are boom, boom. We're bag two. Bag two. Looks like Jang is doing some live building as well. All right, so we're on bag two. Like I said, with our bags, large items here, small items here. We do have a lot of leftover, which honestly, these little pegs, like these sorts of things, kind of get up there. These are great to have. I'm okay with having extra of those. The police station was fun. Like I said, I had the review of that posting next week. And it was interesting. I will not keep it as is, but there are some parts in it that I might turn around and make into a spaceship. So, I got the Nintendo Switch 2, and that was a gift for kind of um, Father's Day, birthday. It's a lot of things kind of tied together because those things are expensive. And one of the games that I got was I missed a beat over here. Boom, boom. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. And 10. So one of the games that I got was Star Wars Outlaws. And ever since I started playing, I've been like enamored with having to build my own spaceship. I really like the one with Doctor Strange. Yes, so that one's No Way Home. I enjoyed that a lot. I love the idea of seeing them from different universes, all different things, and how they can relate and all tie together, and how each Peter Parker is kind of a genius in their own way, in their own way of doing things. So, like, I love that. Oh, hold on. There you go. I love that the one from the Amazing Spider-Man, he's a really good chemist. So they make that whole joke because he's talking about doing all this chemistry things, and then I'm trying to remember what Toby's was. Can't remember if it was like electronics or what, but then the whole thing about them being weirded out about Tobey Maguire's character shooting the spindles out of his arm. They were like freaked out about it. That part cracked me up. Okay, so here we go. So as we put in these panels, now we're putting, it looks like 1x3s, but we're putting 2. So it's going to be 2/3 of a brick high. We're putting them along that side. And now we're adding some scuba tanks. Looks like a plate. 2 of these little bars. 1, 2. These are like number 3 or 4 bars. And then a lightsaber hilt. Boom. I heard that the other Spider-Man might be in the new one too. That would actually be kind of cool. Yeah, I wonder how that's gonna play out. I know that there's, what is it, Doomsday. they're talking about how I think it's Doomsday that they're talking about how we're gonna see the Peter Parker universe at the beginning, and like Wolverine's there, and basically it's gonna get destroyed, or it's supposed to get destroyed by something like Doctor Doom. I'm already kind of concerned about this because I'm like, wait, what? So, yeah. Hey, thank you for the heart me. What's up, Rudy? How are you doing, man? Rudy, I've got to remind myself to. So that one, was it 1/12 scale indie racer? I need to do that review and put it up on my channel so that way you can see it. It turned out pretty cool, and it's got a lot of really like cool pieces attached to it. Me, I'm doing okay. Doing okay. Hanging out. I'm building this Hegoai. It's a hey, thank you so much. It is a set that I got off the TikTok shop, and I've had them for a while. I just haven't built them, so I was like, you know what? I need to get those built and get it all done. All right, our community just teared up. I love this. Okay, so I think we're gonna put. So here's the one cool thing about this set, and these sets in particular. So these particular sets have a ton of old school parts, like the spaceship or the spaceman tanks, the big satellite dishes. I know the police station, we had the big satellite dish, and there was a couple of like panels that we don't normally get. Um, I like this because this gives us the opportunity to replace some old parts on some really old pieces. Yeah, they might be trying to reboot everything after Doomsday. Again, so we need the retcon for the retcon, right? It's not like the fast pass for the fast pass, where it's like we need to. Hey, it's not working. You know what? Just set everything back to zero and then start from there. Sometimes that works, but here lately it is. I feel like it's become kind of tiresome because then it's like, all right, so we're just restarting again. And I think what kills me is it's like, I get invested in one particular thing. Hey, Gabe, what's happening? I get invested in one particular storyline, one thing, and I'm enjoying it, and then it all changes. So the same thing kind of happened with the Snyderverse. I was really invested in the DC Snyderverse. Like, yeah. And then things started to change, and then it started kind of getting retconned, and then everything changed, and now it's completely different creator, and everything else has been scrapped. And I wanted to see more of the new gods, and see more of like Apocalypse, and was it Granny Box, and Calabac, and all that. I really wanted to see all of that. I would love to see something with X Force. Oh, I know. We got kind of close when we were looking at X-Men 2, when they went up into Canada and they were dealing with that. We were kind of alluding that we could get into Stryker and all that, and it never occurred. They had this great opportunity to do X-Force, and it did not happen, which made me one sad monkey. Hey, thank you all for the likes. I appreciate that. Gabe, how you doing today, my man? You doing good? You staying out of trouble? Oh, I tend to stay in trouble. That's usually my thing. Um, oh, one and two. I came across me too. Yeah, I invented trouble. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Troublemaker. Oh man. The I came across. I was like, I don't need any more sets. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get this. And so the other day, I almost bought the RV set to take with me on a trip. And I'm like, no, no, stop. You don't have room. You don't have space. You already have an RV. It's a 3-in-1. So I was like, I need to step away. You're on the wagon right now. What are you on the what are you on the wagon or the fence? Like, are you thinking about getting something and you're not sure? Or... I'm gonna check something real quick because I've got one of these pieces left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My count on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's right. Trouble. No, you're trouble, not me. I stay out of trouble. I'm a good kid. And I eat my Wheaties. I'm like Mikey, man. Mikey will eat anything. Oh. So 2 1x6s. Let's see. 2 1x4s. 1, 2. Let me grab these parts here real quick. And then 1, 2 of these 1x2s. And 1, 2 of these teeny tiny panels. You eat your vegetables. Me too. Actually, so last night, I did good. I played by the rules. I did what I was supposed to do. I ended up making, was it uh, pan seared salmon? So I did pan seared salmon, roasted Brussels sprouts, which were really good, and some jasmine rice. And I was like, man, I'm proud of you, Tay. You're cooking food and trying to eat the right thing instead of going out to eat. Because my kid, he was like, I want to go out to eat. He kept saying I want to go Taco Bell, and I was like, yeah, we're not doing that right now. We're gonna stay away from Taylor Farms items and restaurants that get that, just because I really want to avoid any of that stuff. Your music sounds like something from Java's Palace. Kind of. It is a Verdis Qua. Where are you going? It's like a lo-fi space. It sounds ridiculous, but I like it. Oh, yeah, it's a weird one. All right, so here's kind of my concern. I'm putting stickers here on 33, but when I get to 34, the stickers have to disappear. Oh man, this is why, like, with some of these, it's like, hey, you need to follow through completely on what you're doing. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stick these down real quick, and it's gonna break my rule. Do 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 do. It's a little bit different than my normal lo-fi, but I have to be careful because I usually get in trouble for playing um, some music, so it's like I have to be careful. I even organized where my knives and stuff were. Man, like I said, I need to do a new short, a room tour short of how everything's coming together, because it's looking good. I just don't want you to see all the bad parts because it's not very good. It's very chill. Yeah, it really is. I dig it. It puts me in a good mood. Um, kind of lowers my anxiety and just it's like ba, 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 ba. Has a nice sort of nice sort of sound to it. When this is the type of music sometimes that you get on Polia as well. And my wife, she loves it when she's like, I want a nap. I want to just hang up. I want a nap. It's nap time music. Yeah. She's like, I want a nap. She'll be like, hey, do you want to play some Polia? And I'm like, why are you wanting a nap? Because it's so chill, and all it is I'm just hunting, mining, and doing like just random things. And I will just go and hunt, and it's got this nice serene music. And she's like, yeah, she's like, it's the absolute best thing when you play Polia. It's like I could just lay down and I could just nap and nap and nap. And yeah, straight up, it'll put her to sleep. Used to what she would have me do. And I feel there's a part of me that kind of wants to, like, I'm going to talk to her later and be like, hey, you were so wrong for this back in the day. But, what was it back in the day? She'd be like, I can't sleep. She would say, hey, tell me about He-Man. And I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah. So I'm like, well, so it's interesting, the lore of He-Man when you're dealing with da 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 da. And she would tell me this. She would ask me to tell her about He-Man. So it would zonk her out. She could go to sleep. She didn't care anything about He-Man or the lore. She just wanted to be able to go to sleep. And so me talking about He-Man would put her to sleep. And so my nerd things put my wife to sleep. I'm not sure how I feel about that right now. That's rude. Hey, you know what? Here's the thing. It and I could say, I'm like, yeah, that is kind of rude. But she would ask. She knew I enjoyed talking about it, and it would help me kind of relax too. And yeah, it I had this. There's a point when I kind of realized what was going on. So like, yeah, I'll talk to you about He-Man. You want to know about He-Man? Let me tell you about He-Man. Surprisingly, though, when the movie came out, she as soon as she saw the trailer, she goes, "We got to go to that." I was like, "Yeah," and we did finally manage to get over there and see it. I loved it, but she that He-Man that was has a huge backing, of course, for me personally growing up, but then even for my kid absolutely loved He-Man, so that was something that as soon as we got around to getting to go see it, we went and saw it in the theater. I kind of wish that it was still, I think, out. I think my area got rid of it, and I would love to go watch it again in the theater. Ooh. So if I don't keep that boat as is, if you take this and you turn it this way and put some curved pieces on there, makes a really good space canopy. Just saying. Just saying. Like I said, I do plan at one point on taking some of these sets. I really want to build a spaceship. Uh, that one goes down here. One and two. So the Star Wars Outlaws game. So, oh no, I got the gold edition of it. So that's what I've been kind of playing with Polly and Fortnite every once in a while. And it's okay. Like I love the look of it. It looks great. But I will tell you, the controls on it are super wonky. There is definitely some control issues. But all in all, it's kind of fun. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Star Wars and Flash Gordon and all that's kind of like, if it's science fiction fantasy, I'm usually pretty involved in it. So I did pick up. NECA's got the Flash Gordon series action figures. I picked up Oh my goodness. Ming the Merciless from the comic book series. I picked him up for like $10 one day and was really kind of stoked about that one. And then I used to love the Defenders of the Earth series. And I've got, I think, like, I might have the full series on DVD. Did you check out For Honor yet? I have not. I have not checked that out. I feel bad now because I have it written down. I didn't do it. I'm sorry. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do real quick. I am come over here. Boom. Let's see. For Honor. And ooh. So it's Ubisoft? Because Ubisoft is the same that's the same company that did Star Wars Outlaws. Looks pretty cool. Ooh. So you've got peacekeepers, wardens, conquerors, lawbringers, orchi. Oh, okay. Berserkers, Valkyries, dude. This looks cool. Looks really cool. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna see if it has Nintendo Switch. Let's see. All. It's not available on Nintendo Switch. I'm looking to see if it's Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna port over. That'd be really cool if it did. I know my kid could probably play it. I'm playing it through Game Pass on Xbox. Okay. Yeah, the he was asking me about because I know it showed that it's also on Steam, I believe. He was asking me about getting a Steam account and doing stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's like I'm fine with that, but like you know, I'm not buying another subscription because the one of the things is that we're trying to cut down on how many subscriptions of things that we get. And of course, I have both he and I have Crew Pass for Fortnite. And he just started playing again recently. I was about to tell him because I kind of told him, I gave him an ultimatum. I was like, listen, you either use like play Fortnite and use your pass, or like we need to absolve it because last season he didn't even open everything, or maybe he did, but he did it at the last minute. And so I was like, either use it or I need to stop it because that's it's only like $12, but it's we could use that money elsewhere. Um, and he started using it there, but I think I kind of told him I was like, if you're wanting to do Steam and you're wanting to get games and do all that, because I think it's a paid subscription that he was looking at, I was like, you need to pay for it with your money. So we shall see. All right, I might have that backwards, but that'll be okay. Um, you wish you had a PC. He so he recently, he had and I can't remember what the brand was. It was kind of an off brand, and that's what he started on. I had me personally, I'd said, yeah, I don't think you should have a PC. I think you should have this, and we ran into problems. And then it was like, hey, what what do we have for this? Or I need you to go and fix this. So I had to start learning a lot of my old PC skills again, which is I'm behind, especially when it comes to gaming computers. And so I would do my best with this, old PC trying to get things. up and set and going. But he ended up getting a it's an Omen by HP, and I'm paying that one off. But I kind of told him, I was like, listen, this is like birthday and Christmas and everything all rolled into one, because your dad is still currently paying for it. So enjoy it, take care of it. He was talking about, he's like, I saw this thing where you can take an old monitor and hook it up, and all you got to do is solder some wires. I'm like, uh-huh. And he's like, you got this old monitor that's broken? I'm like, yeah, it's broken. He goes, can I take it apart and you can just solder some wires for me? And I'm kind of looking, I'm like, dude, I don't know if that's such a good idea. Hold on, let me slip that over to there. There you go. I'm like, dude, I don't know if that's such a good idea, and B, that computer's not paid off yet, so please stop altering or adding things to it. Yeah. And he's like, because they've got this, it's some certain monitors from a certain year have, and I'm like, I'm like, where'd you hear about this? He's like, oh, I heard it on the YT or whatever. I'm like, yeah, man, don't stop trusting everything that you see online, because there's a good chance it's not entirely real, and I really don't want you to destroy this brand new computer that has been set up, that's not even paid for yet. That's the key one. It's like, it's not paid for yet, leave it alone. Once it's paid for, or you're paying me money for it, then yeah, do whatever you want. But till then, nope. Because I could imagine like him altering it, doing something, and been like, oh, it's not working anymore, can we take it back? Like, no, we can't, and I'm still paying for it. Kids, man, what can you do with them? They're gonna drive you insane up to the point of your death. Or at least my kid will. So 2 plates with clips, reverse brackets, and some 1x1 plates right here. Yeah, sure. I know, right? To him wanting to add a weird monitor thing, I was like, dude, stop. Now, here's the thing. What I kind of told him was, because he's like, it's like this weird trick where you can do this and you could just hook it up, and I'm like, okay, I get it. And it's like, listen, man, I hear you. I hear you. But let me ask you this. I'm like, does the monitor need to be working? Because I took that monitor down. How about no, right? I was like, I took the monitor down and had to move monitors because of the fact that the monitor stopped working. So if it's not working now, I don't think soldering it to the side of your your computer is gonna make it start working magically. It's like, I don't think electronics work quite the way you're thinking. Yes, it seems magical. And to someone who doesn't understand it, yes, it is like magic. But if it's not working now, it's not probably not going to be working. I think what it was is the power. It was the power regulator, the nodule. I think it just completely burnt out. Yeah, he's no MacGyver. Yeah, man, I could do it. Just give me an avocado, 2 strings, and a hook. I'll get your PC working. I think that's how he looks at it sometimes. It's like, man, my dad, he could do anything. And of course, he tells me that, and I'm like, hey, I'm honored, but what are you setting me up for? There are times I was like, I was telling my friends that you're really good at this. I'm like, why? Why are you telling them this stuff? Please stop. Because now you're setting me up for something that I will not be able to do, or now I have to maintain my old man cool Riz vibe, and I got to do something crazy. It's like, dude, stop. I love him. Absolutely love my kid, but bro, there are times I'm like, are you trying to kill me? Are you trying to run my brain into a ditch right now with all the stuff that you're asking? Oh, bro. Oh, man, oh man. And kid's something else. Who do we have? Hold on, I gotta move that. It's me. What's up, Jessica? Is that a Batman set? No. You know, here's the thing. I've got I've got my Tumblr set that I got from Tony X. And it's down below underneath my backlog of stuff. And I still haven't put it together because I was gonna put it together with him. And I haven't heard from Tony in a while, and I'm wondering if I probably should just go ahead and like put go ahead and put it together. I'll reach out to him first just to check. Be like, hey Tony, are we gonna build this? What's the story? All right. So real quick, this is gonna go on here to here. Okay. I'll show you what this is. This is all right. This is I got it actually off the TikTok shop. It is the Hegoai. It is the Fire Rescue. Just as Fire Rescue, Fire Rescue. It's the Fire Rescue from the Fire Rescue series. It is a simple, it's almost like an old school like Lego type of build. There's a lot of like old school Lego parts in it. And so it reminds me a little bit of the fire boats, like the ferry boats from the Dark Knight, and it looks a little bit like kind of a Lego build the way it's set up. Like this could have been something from the Arkham Island, but it is not Lego. It's Lego compatible, which we're always happy with. If it's Lego compatible, I'll take it. If it's micro bricks, I see the Batman logo. I'm looking. Batman logo. Do I have a Batman logo somewhere around here? I mean, the box on the floor. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is a okay. This is a review that I've got to do. I've had this thing for a while, but it's from the Batman. It is the Spin Master Batman Batcave. I've got this. Oh, with the Batmobile, I think the Selena cycle. So it's a Batman and Selena Kyle cycle set. And so it's like a battle damaged Batman, and he comes with the Bat cycle. Selena Kyle, she's got damage on her suit and her motorcycle, and I think she's unmasked. And then I've got, of course, all the mainline figures, the Batmobile, that Batmobile from the Spin Master series from the Batman is chef's kiss. It is gold. That thing, if you ever get a chance to get it, if you like the 3/4 inch or 4 inch figures, that Batmobile is downright amazing. And that's actually the Lego Batmobile for the Batman. I want to get that set really bad because I love that Batmobile. Um, but the Spin Master set, I came across that. It's been a while actually. I've had it for probably a year or so, and I've never opened it. So I was gonna open it on the channel and talk about it and everything, kind of do like a review. But I'm digging out some of my old 3 and 3/4 inch figures because I've got like my Spin Master DC, um, Spin Master DC, Fortnite from Jazzwares, and there's a couple other things that are pretty close together, and so I have them all in a bin, and so I'll probably go through that. But I've got I think a Clayface figure that's in my backlog that I've got to pull out, and then I was gonna go over that, and then I'm gonna move like some bins back here, back there, and then move those bins here so I can get to them. So after I'm done today with this, that's probably what I'll do. Is I'll probably have like stuff out in the hallway, I'll be moving bins around to make things cleaner and easier over here, and then kind of pushing everything towards like the closet area. But yeah, that so the Batman Batmobile from Spin Master, that is an amazing toy. If you ever get a chance to get that, if you like the bat, especially if you like the Batman, like I thought the Batman was okay. I enjoyed it, but the car to me was absolute fire. That thing was so cool, very muscle car esque, and I dug it. But the toy itself is so cool. It's got shove this on here. It's got like a whole like flame system. So if you're driving the car and you push it a certain way, or like you hit, I think it's like you hit the engine block and the engine and the backlight, the wah wah, and it lights up. And then when you push the car to go, it trips a little signal on there, and it makes the back flame like light up, goes wah, and the flame lights up and flashes like it's flame shooting out of the back of the car. It's I'll have to dig it out. I'll if I can think about it when I do the review of this thing, I'll dig it out and I'll make some videos of it. It's pretty cool. I love Andy Serkis is Alfred. Yeah, he did a good job. He was one of those where I was like, I'm not quite sure, but he pulled it off nicely. He kept a really good composure about him. Um, Felt concerned. I'm not sure who my favorite Alfred is. I know I like Michael Go. I liked what's his name from Nolan's run. I can't remember his name right now. I liked him. I've liked all of them. I don't think I have a favorite. I don't think I have an absolute favorite. But yes, Andy Serkis did a awesome job as Alfred. And overall that movie is it's really good. It's dark, it's brooding, but it's done well enough that everything is believable. And I was kind of concerned, when they told me that it was Robert Pattinson. I was like, "You mean the guy from Hold on. You mean the guy from Twilight? It's like, is he gonna sparkle as a Batman?" But he pulled it off. He pulled it off pretty well. Yes. Okay. So apparently today, and as soon as I'm off, they have apparently announced a teaser, and I am looking forward to see what it's already in production. I think it might be done shooting. I think they're doing like reshoots, final editing. It's supposed to be out here in not too long. But yeah, it is. They've got a teaser apparently out, and so I really want to find out like kind of what things are. I haven't heard a lot as far as like what the who the villain is. I know. So we have the Batman will have a different. It's not actually part of the James Gunn universe, which I'm okay with. Absolutely okay. I have not been entirely 100% happy with what was done with Superman. Um, and I haven't even seen Supergirl. I did not like Creature Commandos, and I hated that so much emphasis was put on Peacemaker. Peacemaker's okay, but it's like there's a lot, and it got goofy, very very goofy. So for me, I'm not liking a lot of what I've seen from DC lately. So Supergirl was good, okay, but I think for me, like I really, because I enjoyed the Batman, and Matt Reeves is keeping it separate from the James Gunn part of the universe. I'm actually very looking forward um, to the Batman. Now they have already announced Batman Brave and Bold, and that's interesting. They're wanting to do the blue and gray suit, and I can't remember who they cast as Batman, but it was I want to say I was like, what? Okay, but at the same time, same thing was kind of said when I saw Robert Patterson as the Batman. I was like, wait, what? He's Batman, and then I was quite surprised. So I might be surprised on this one as well. Um, I really, it is. Is it live action? Yeah. So the Batman Brave and Bold, from what I understand, it will be live action. Now, I don't know how far in they're going. So apparently the Supergirl movie was based off of Supergirl for tomorrow. They're supposed to do a Superman for tomorrow. The Blue Beetle, they're foregoing Ted Cord, and they're going to go with the Blue Beetle from the Blue Beetle from the Blue Beetle movie. So that'll actually be tied over from the Snyderverse into the James Gunn universe. Is that it'll be the same Blue Beetle? I don't know if he's getting like a redesign or anything. But the I know. Let's see, another Supergirl, another Superman, and then Blue Beetle. I can't remember what else. There's like just some little projects here and there. They're doing the lanterns, but it's not the Green Lanterns. Apparently they're going to be just detectives, and that one might already be out on that one might be out right now the on one of the streaming services, but I haven't watched it yet. I probably should, just to see what the hubbub's about. But when you introduce the lanterns, but you don't give them, the lantern rings, or you don't give them their powers, so they don't have the green willpower. It's like, what are we doing here? Because I'm all about, like, I love the lanterns. I actually just sold recently. I had all the rings from the Blackest Night. So I had, it was the red, orange. So was it aggression or anger, avarice, fear, will, hope, um, compassion, and love, I believe. So the different color rings. So I really got into the Blackest Night series for a while, and so I had all the rings. And I ended up selling them recently to a person who loved like Green Lantern, and so um, I no longer have the rings, which is okay. But when I was looking at the reviews and what people were concerned about with the Green Lantern show, is that they didn't have a stitch of green. They weren't in suits at all, and they were apparently not really like ring users, or like they utilize their rings, which I thought was kind of odd. Like what what are we doing here? Like, why in the world would you? It's Green Lanterns. Why would you not think to have like some sort of green built into their uniform, just a little bit here or there? So I don't know. I don't know. Still trying to figure that one out. Don't know anything about that one. Yeah, it's. I think for me, because Green Lantern, unfortunately, has the old movie with Ryan Reynolds, didn't sit well, and it has not aged well either. It is not a very good movie. But there's some kind of truthful things about it, and how it's set up, that's like, yeah, it ties, pretty well back into the comics. They try to look at some areas of source material and really kind of stick close to it. This kind of goes off the rails, and it doesn't have a lot to do with the Green Lanterns. They're on Earth, and they're just like PI investigators, I think. So it's a little odd, little odd. I don't know. I'll have to watch it. I'll have to watch it, and then I have to be honest. I'll have to watch it, and then I can make my decision off of that and decide if I feel like it's worth it or not. Instead of me being such a curmudgeon and saying, "Nope, I'm not gonna do it." Mm-mm, can't make me, because it's usually how I react to things. And I could blame my my brain on that one. And to be quite honest, it totally is my brain. I'm not gonna take the downfall for that one. That's all my brain there. I can't help it. Which is not true, by the way. Totally not true. All right, we got some stickers on this one. So it's pop and a pop, and then we'll put our stickers on here. So one says fireboat, and the other has our whew, has our little stripy stripes on there. Oh man. So other than that, now there's a Clayface movie that's coming out. And I'm kind of excited because I haven't heard a lot about the Clayface movie, and I think that it would be one of those that would go really well. It's a standalone from what I know. And if they go on the route of the Joker, that could be pretty interesting. If they go, hold on, I just built a budgeting app. If they do like kind of how they did with the Joker, it could be pretty interesting. If they do like that, hopefully they don't do what they did with the second Joker movie. I have not gotten around to watching that. I've been told just it said yeah, that looks good. The only thing is that if it's attached to the Matt Reeves universe, that could actually be pretty cool. But I don't know if there's anything in the works right now that's going to be attached to the Matt Reeves story or not. Um, so I'm kind of wondering like what DC's plans are for their cinematic universe right now, because they're doing okay, but they're kind of struggling. All right, so this little saving scorpion tail, it's gonna attach to right there. Looky there. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna set it like this. They can put their yeah. There we go. We're gonna attach our hook onto the back like that. Spraying out fires. I like it. Okay. Let's see. Do I have everything on there? I got parts left over. Yeah. Looks like everything's on there. Now, at this point, we've got. See, this would have been cool to have this like attached somehow. Figure out a way to put that on there, but we don't. So now we're going to be building the rest of the. Yeah, it actually is pretty cool. I like it. We're going to be building the rest of the set. The only thing I don't like about this is that the clutch, like that's fine, but these, kind of like how the Mold King does theirs, it just doesn't hold on. We probably should have had something attached to there, like just to hold that in there. It's just a little bit better, but it's okay. It's okay. Actually, it holds up clutch wise a little bit better than the Mold King sets. And I've got, I think, the police boat, I've got the sea life boat, and a rescue boat from them. I haven't set them up because I haven't finished all of the bay area. Okay. So bag 3. We're on bag 3 now. All right. Hey, Jimmy. I forgot to grab my trash bags. I just have like packages all over the floor right now. I feel like such a slob. Such a slob. Oh. And I'm going through some gray parts because I've got that Osgiliath piece I'm wanting to make for the ring wraith. What's cool about building blocks is that I tend to get in a slump where it's like I'll get one set and I'm like, oh, I got to build this with it, right? I got to do this or this or this. And then I get a certain distance, I actually do something with it, and then I put it away, and then I'm like, you know what? I'd kind of like to tear that apart and build something else out of it. So oftentimes, I'll do a build, I'll, share it out and enjoy it, and then I turn around and I will rip it apart and I will make it into something else. That is my usual. And there's a few sets here and there that will stay like as is, but I know like with the Kaye house, and the Sweet Pea house and the skate park I've been building, and including the billboard, the Jesus billboard I put up and everything, like all of that, like that'll probably stay as is. And I'm actually kind of looking for a place where I can display that because I've got, I think it's 1x16. Yeah, it's like this size. It's like 1x16 bars, or no, they're 1x12s. So 1x12s, and then you've got 2 spaces for 1x2s on the end. So I got 1x12 Technic bars coming, and then I've got 16 plate long streets that are just they got a few studs, but they're like nice and smooth. And so once I get the Kaye Book Nook is done, so I can snap that off, put it on the side. The skate park and the Sweet Pea house, I'm working on the back end of it for where the trees and all the brush are, and like when am I putting glass or stuff on the back? How am I getting to the power pack, that sort of stuff? And then after that, I'm building up the road in the front, so it's just like a little bit of a street. And I'll save the rest of the parts because I want to be able to snap it into different parts of the build. But as a standalone, I want the 2 houses in the street to all be kind of a part of something together. So for that one, I'm kind of taking my time because I want to make sure I build it right. And I just that one really is kind of a hobby for me. I enjoy that set quite a bit. And that one's living out on the not the dining table, but like one of the tables behind the couch right now. And I work on that whenever we're watching TV. And it's like, hey, while you guys are watching TV, I shall sit here and fool around with making trees. And it's like, okay. In my family, they get me. They get me. Oftentimes, I'll learn something new. I'll share it with my wife, and she's like, okay. And when I say something new, it's like I'm like talking about like my Aspie brain, like figuring out, hey, I learned this about my brain, and this. She's like, okay, I'll keep that in mind. And so they're trying to keep me accountable, keep me on the up and up, and keep me doing good, which I enjoy. But I also need to make sure that I'm learning my skills so I know how to react to things correctly. Okay. Oh, I gotta stretch my back for a minute. Who is that? I can't read that name, but it looks like Joseph. just us. All right, so we are building the station. So we got a platform right here, and if anything, those little Technic bricks that are the 1x2x2s, those are good to have here and there. They make for if you got things like ingots, or you can switch them up. So if you have these, and then you have the ones that are the 1x2s with the one in there, you can switch them up. Put like a little stud with a it's a it's a pin with stud, and you can either do two of these and put an ingot on there, or you can do with the one stud with like one little 1x1 tile on there, and you can make different facings for basically like different kinds of bricks and stone. And so it adds an element of texture to it without having to get like too wild or use like a lot of like headlight bricks, things like that. So they're good to have around. So even if this doesn't stay as is, a lot of the pieces will definitely be used. Like I said, I'm gonna have to slow down on purchasing at some point, because I got a lot of pieces. I'm kind of overdoing my bins right now. I've run out of spice, which, Jeff, you might agree that's a good thing to have, right? Run out of space for having building blocks. All right, here we go. So over one, two, and one more. I figured Kobe would still be around because I wanted to talk to him a little bit more about the Spider-Man stuff that was going on. So, Jeff, what was going on? Hey, Brick Trucker, what's up? What was going on with the Supergirl movie? You said it was good. Would you recommend seeing it in theater, or do you think you should just wait, sort of thing? Because I've heard people just say just wait till it hits streaming service. It seems kind of weird, but Trucker, what's happening? You doing good today? Staying out of trouble? Uh, let's see. What am I doing here? Oh, I see. I got to go one out. So one. I was like, something's not lining up. Something is stinking in Rottingham here. Where's my brick separator? Me never. Oh man. Hopefully you've been doing pretty good. I was thinking about the your things about I did a thing the other day. I was kind of window shopping, and I saw someone had a Pathfinder spaceship, and I was like, and it was like, 100 something. I was like, I wonder if I could get away with getting that. I was like, you know what? I probably should not, you know, do or think what I'm thinking I should do here, because it sounded like a really bad call. But I was like, man, I really want that ship because it looks great. All right, I gotta strain my eyes here for a minute. Okay, that's going here. This is going here. Am I correct on that? Yes. Okay. Hold on one second. All right, there we go. You're always in trouble. Oh man. So what did you do? That you're always in trouble now? Did you buy something you weren't supposed to? Listen, there's a point when I'm gonna defend your purchase. You know that, right? If you need me to, I'll call home. But listen, in order for this man to keep his sanity and to do what he needs to do, just let him buy a set. I actually sold about 9 sets from your backlog. Really? Hey, it was good chatting with you, Jeff. Take care, okay? Yeah, yeah. I'll be on. Let's see. I'll be on for a little bit longer. I still got to finish up the rest of these bags, and I'll be off for the probably for the end of the day. But I'll post stuff as well if I can think about it. I'll post that Batman car. So, Brick, what trucker? What did you sell? Because now I'm kind of wondering, did I miss out on a good sell? Who'd you sell to? What? Oh, it goes over here. All right, so one here. All right, see you, Jeff. Two, and then this one should go right up in. Yeah. Okay. Seems kind of odd. That's a really odd start, but obviously we're going somewhere with it, so I just need to stick with it. Like I don't wanna. It doesn't make sense. If it doesn't make sense right away, I gotta remind myself it'll be okay. Ooh, cool. I got another little teeny tiny minifig. I had a brown one that I used in a build the other day. Kind of wondering what that's for. All right, so let's see. One and two, and then we got a bracket. Bracket and a tile. It goes up on top. Got one of these. It goes here. And we're putting that here. And then we've got our little teeny tiny minifig that's going to go there. So I have or I should restate that I had. I've been looking for it. I can't find it, but I had a custom Lego minifig that was made after me, right? Let's see. You got Disney villains, Jack Sparrow. Oh, you sold the Jack Sparrow pirate ship, Mario Kart, and Jago Source Dragon, the Taj Mahal Sydney Opera, and some Get with purchases. Dude, you sold quite a bit. Or you just like wanting to get rid of it, or like you're just like I'll never get to these, or you just never really wanted to begin with. Because that's some pretty potent stuff there, man. That's a lot of sets. Um, yeah. So I had a minifig of me that I loved. I carried it everywhere, and I lost it recently. And it was one of those that was printed. And I mean, when I say like printed, it was like it had printing on it that was custom. It had like TayRay on the back with a brick printing on the back thing, which I absolutely loved, and it had the hidden disabilities lanyard printed on there. So I've been looking everywhere and I can't find it, and I have a feeling it is lost. And so I was actually thinking about ordering another one here pretty soon, but it kind of kills me because it's like I really liked that figure. Um, so I'm like, I'm kind of sad. I'm sad because it's like I really don't want to go buy another one either. Like I want the minifig that I have, but if I have to get another one, I'll get another one. I think for me, like if the head and all that, if I lost that, that's okay. It's more like the specialized printing that was specific to that minifig. Check that out. Got a little radar dish and stuff on there. That's pretty awesome. I could use that again for something else. Easily, easily, easily. All right, I'm gonna a little bit more that way. There we go. All right. So we've got looks like a doorway over here and a panel. Thankfully, these are all blue. Nice. Yeah, it's a cool set so far. I again, I don't personally think I'm keeping it as is because I once I review it, it is up for grabs, and I tend to rip these things apart and make all sorts of new stuff out of it. But that's how I am. If it doesn't fit into the city automatically, it does not. Like, once it's reviewed and done, I strip it, mine it for parts, and do all sorts of things. Um, Home AC broke. Oh no! So the AC broke and you had to repair it. That stinks. And those AC units are not cheap. Did you have to do the AC or the AC and the compressor? The outdoor compressor part. When um when we got ours redone, because we had an I'll finish the Luna Cottage tomorrow. Ooh, nice. So you've been doing the Luna Cottage. I I thought about that one, but I don't know. I think right now there's the fur trade from Luma Bricks, the Western Ranch Duel, and then when Kay's spinner comes out for the Blade Runner, a day one pickup as soon as I can. Just condenser needed Freon. That was $300 by itself. Yeah, yep, absolutely. The when we when we had to replace our whole AC not too long ago, and it was a condenser unit and everything, and we finally got it paid off, but that was pricey, very pricey. I remember kind of going, all right, well, that's it. We're not doing anything else for a while. And I mean, it wasn't that bad, but the studio film tower, yeah, man. Here's the thing, like, I saw that, was like, dude, that would be cool. Like, I'd love. There's a lot of sets that have come out. I think for me though, here lately, I have been very wary of certain sets, because not because of Lumabricks, okay, but just the size of them. Like, I'm in a spot right now where I can't afford any more room for certain things. So, like, I had done a video and I made a mention about the fact that Kay had a Lumabrick set coming up from Blade Runner 2049, and I happen to like that movie a lot. But one of the things I mentioned was that, for someone like me, I can't afford, certain sets from their Neon City, or their how do I put it, their Cyberpunk series. Like, certain sets I can't afford, and so this was a nice draw to be able to have, to say, hey, I've got, this sort of thing, and how I was excited about the spinner. And someone wrote, they're like, so you can't afford the really good, cyberpunk sets, but you can afford this. It's going to be just as much. I was like, Lord, I'm hoping it doesn't cost, like 190, or was it $120 is like the lowest. Um, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go through my backlog and get rid of sets I just don't love 100%. Yeah, and that's kind of at the point where it's like, there are certain things I'm thinking I might have to start selling some stuff. Um, but I also, like I said, I strip mine a lot of my parts because I'm constantly building mocks. Here lately, I have been a little bit more cautious about what I buy. And the comment from this guy about the sets, it's like, it's not, hopefully, that cyberpunk spinner set, the set from Blade Runner, hopefully it's not going to cost $120. A and B, I was like, I do have the other sets. Like, I have all the vehicle sets. It's the large city pieces for cyberpunk. I don't have those because I have nowhere to put them. And they're on what, like, Apartments. Let's see. The apartments, Izakaya, the game, Galleria, police, tech, and there's like one more station. There's 7. And I mean they're huge. They take each one takes up a whole base plate. So you take all of that, you put it together, and you're looking at, let's see, each one's 10 inches. That's 70 inches. That is 5, almost a little over 5 feet of space that you could use on that thing. It's like, okay, there's got to be a draw somewhere, and I'm like, it's a little too much, in my opinion. And I mean, there's some people that they're able to put that stuff, and they've got shelves upon shelves where they've got all their Limerick stuff going, but it's like it's too much. It is too much for me. Like I do not have the room for it. Um, but that spinner set. So I'm a huge Blade Runner fan, and I know that there were a lot of people that were really mad about the last movie, but I thought it was great in the spirit of Blade Runner. Like I enjoyed that movie quite a bit. Um, and like the guys that were arguing with me on the page, that he was like, well, it's a movie that no one liked. I'm like, well, I happen to like it a lot, and he's like, why? And I was like, well, it's more in line with the book than the original movie. Like I like the original movie, don't get me wrong. I've got, I think, 3 different cuts of it. So I've got a theatrical somewhere, I've got directors, and I've got the final cut. The final cut's the one I kind of watch the most. And they are, they're really good, but when you compare it to like the book, there's certain themes that just kind of get lost in translation. And I really felt like the second movie really dealt with some of those themes in a tasteful way that made it worthwhile. So, yeah. All right. And I think a lot of people were upset about the fact that Kay dies at the end, and he's not, the born replicant, and it's like diminishing him as who he is. But I don't really feel like that's the case. I feel like that never saw the last one. Here's the thing. It's I will go ahead and tell you it's a slow burn, and it is very very cerebral. But if you like the Blade Runner like lore, and you like the idea of the replicants and what they stand for, and like kind of like looking for that humanity in things, it's a good movie. But it is something that I told my wife. I was like, just let you know, it's it's long, and it's slow, and it doesn't pick up quite like some people would expect it to. She's like, well, technically the first movie is a bit of a slow burn too, and I'm like, it really is. But it's a decent movie. I really liked it. Um, but I really like the first one as well. Let me place that there, and then that goes here. It's like we're making a pure portion right now. So, but yeah, that was the big news, is that Lumabrix is putting out K's Spinner, and I've already signed up for. There was like a mailing list thing that was like, sign up for to get it when it comes out, sort of thing, or for like reminders. And I was like, yeah. So I signed up immediately, and I'm hoping, because they haven't talked about when it's launching, but I'm hoping that it'll be fairly soon, because I do want to get that one. I'm excited, absolutely excited for that one. And I'm kind of wondering what other. I know that they have a lot of their own designs. They were supposed to do more with their space stuff, so they've got like the was it the Bounty Hub that was like a space set, and I kind of wanted to get that. It's still available, but there's like some build issues or something going on with certain parts of the build that people weren't happy about. There's like some problems with the clutch power for like the elevator. I haven't bought much since Minas Tirith. Well, yeah, dude, that's. Have you started putting that set together, Minas Tirith? Because I know there are people that have been building it online, and like they're like it's not that it's a slog, but they're like there's a so much building involved that they don't really have time for anything else. Kind of wondering if you felt the same way about it or not. Hold on, let me grab these parts. All right, let's see. I need this. Nope. The observatory. Yeah, so the observatory, I've heard good things about it. I've also heard some negative things. There's been some people that have said that it doesn't quite hold up the way that you'd want it to. Like there was some issues with like links of wire, um, and getting things to fit a certain way. And I've heard other people that are just like it is an amazing build. It's a lot of fun. It looks really cool. And it's definitely something I've got for sets on my backlog. It was one that I was whoops. It was one that I was looking at to put in my backlog, but it's like some of the costs. Like I don't have the extra money for some of those, so for me, it's like, well, what can I afford, what can I not afford, sort of thing. So a lot of the small sets I do end up getting um, during like holiday time and birthday time. I'm able to get more sets, or when they have like sales, things like that, I'll grab those. Now that my missing parts are in, I need to finish the new Death Star. Oh, they finally came in. It only took like what, a year, a whole year for them to come in. Now they're not that bad, but it's been what? It's been has it been a couple months? It's been a while. I know that that's true, and that it has been a good while since they've been around. 6 weeks. 6 weeks felt like, oh man, 6 weeks. That's almost 2 months. Sheesh. That is wait. Look at this guy here. uh, yeah, I can't remember the. We got we got some parts in not too long ago for some Speed Champion builds, and I was trying I was looking back and I'm like, how long has it been since I started putting this set together? And my kid was like, uh, was it about 4 or 5 weeks? So yeah, it can feel like a while. But with that one, I dug through old parts and I started putting like other parts in, and so when it came in, I just pulled those parts out and then yeah, fix it. I'm hoping when the U.S. factory opens next year, that'll change. I hope so. Hey, where's the factory going? Do you know? Because that could make things that can make things pretty fast depending on where they put it. All right, let's do our other sticker here. We're going across bricks. I know how I feel about that. I'm gonna pop this whole thing off and do it here. All right, there we go. And then let's Richmond, Virginia. Okay, It's like a 1.5B facility. Nice. That would be cool. And that way because it's most of those are because it'll make parts and then distribute things, but most of those it's like all automated, isn't it? Like for the most part, like there's not like once a factory's up and going, there's not a lot of extra that people really have to do for it. It's just kind of maintaining the vehicle and making sure that it's doing what it needs to do. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, here we go. So we are going. This gets a plate here and then a plate on the end. And that is going right here, I believe. Yes. It's weird that none of this is tying together yet, but I'm guessing we're going to be doing that soon. Just has me worried because it's very loosey-goosey. Yeah, it's mostly automated, yeah. And that's actually a cool thing is that, you've got it won't take too much. I think it'll employ a line of about 3,000 people. Dude, that's great, actually. Because here's the thing, like I'm all about automation to streamline things, make it easier. But if there's people that can actually be employed and working there and keeping the machine going, that's 3,000 jobs for people that need it. I like that. I am down for that one. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. Never mind. I was like, there's nothing to reinforce these, but I'm wrong. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this behind it. I'm going to reinforce this. We've got one little bar here, and that's supposed to fit in right there. Let's fit that all down. I saw what it was. It's like when you're building and you hear something fall, and you're like, huh. But thankfully, I know what that was. Yeah, it still needs techs, truck loaders, packers, office people, of course. Yeah, the basic kind of bare bones. It'll be hold on. It'll be kind of a bare bones facility, but it'll still employ people for like stuff just to keep it up and running and doing what it needs to do, which is cool. Okay, take a sip of this. Give myself a little bit of a brain break. All right, so we're right at about 2 hours in on this. We've got this and then one more bag, so I'm gonna try to finish this within the next hour. We need 12 one by one, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I always get concerned when I got that many one by ones. That many one by ones. I'm not sure like why we didn't just use like one by fives, It's like, oh, so we're stacking them 4 high. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So a few things. We're stacking them 4 high, and then we're putting stickers on the outside. Ooh, come on, guys. That always makes me really worried. I'm like, no. I don't like putting stickers over too many bricks. I'll do it in this case, but I end up cutting them all. Okay, so we got one going. This one should be going where? Right here. And then these two are going up there, right? That goes back in there. All right. Now I know some people recently have been saying that they're getting replacement parts for sets, that they might be changing some of their policy about it here pretty soon. So I'm kind of wondering like what all they're changing, like what's gonna be different. Because I know that there have been a few people that had missing parts from sets and then they got denied on it. I guess you had to, if you get a certain amount, or like you have a certain amount of pieces here or there, or or you have so many after a certain amount of time, they kind of say, no, we're not doing that anymore. So I kind of wonder how that's going to work. Looks like we're going this way. Boom, and then boom. There we go. Just like that. That sticker's off a little bit. Bah. I'll probably end up taking that one off. Let's see. There's someone named Pocahontas that's like, invite Pocahontas. It's a cool name. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So we are going right here. 1, 2. We should have 3 on each side, open and available. And I'm guessing we're going to be going all the way around here. So we got these. We need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to be putting stickers on the outside. That's an automatic denial. You have to call. It's an automatic denial, and you have to call Lego customer service. So why does it get automatically denied? Is there any reasoning behind it? Like you've had too many parts recently, or why would they automatically deny it? Because apparently I'm hearing that that's happening a lot more than normal. And people are saying that they're having a hard time getting replacement parts on things. Which is, I guess, is more of my concern right now. It's like if that's something that they're doing going forward, it's like, oof, that would not be good. Sometimes you've requested too many, yeah. Okay. So is that just all done from like AI from the system? It's like, no, it kind of flags you. It's like, hey, they had 7 missing parts last week. We're gonna have to tell them no, sort of thing. Then you gotta call customer service and then get it fixed up. I mean, as long as they honor and they give the parts, I think that would be okay. But I'm guessing they want to see like sales receipts and things like that. All right, there's our little helicopter pad. So if you've got, yeah, it's a denial system, yeah. So if you've got like the little Lego helicopter, you could put that on there, the firefighter helicopter, and it's going to sit on top of these 4 not rather precarious stands. Actually, it holds pretty. Ah! Look. Oh man, there it is, right there. That's what I get for speaking too soon. Whole thing exploded on me. What am I missing here, dude? Oy vey. Oh, hopefully I still have everything here. That was this whole thing is falling apart on me. Yeah, will this stay as a set? Probably not. We've all done it, yeah. Well, and the thing is I'm showing off. I'm like, look how strong this is. Not as strong as I would like to think. Oh man, here we go. All right, well, like, hopefully I have all the parts here. Nothing is like missing because at this point, I have no idea. Oh wow, I'm a mess. All right, here we go. We're gonna build over here. One, two of these 2x2 bricks. One. It's got some decent colored parts in there too, which I like. So I'm guessing these are like desk and stuff like that. That we're adding on. Weirdly enough, okay. What? Hold on, I gotta scratch my ear real quick. Okay. I once watched a piece fly across the room. Was it on my live or are you talking about at home? Because I've had that happen too. So oddly enough, okay, we've got every single one of these has. Oh, I'm an idiot. So I never did. I did these, but I never did these parts up here. I'm like, why would you give me this instruction if you don't have the parts? It's because they did, and I at home they they did put the parts on there, and TayRayGun never followed through and did what he was supposed to do by putting them on. At home, yeah. I'm trying to remember. I had like it was when I did my did you skip? I did totally. And I'm sitting here talking. Of course, I skip stuff a lot. I skip stuff all the time because I'm like, trying to be Mr. Entertainer and like da 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 da, and then halfway through I realize like, wait, something doesn't work anymore, and so I'm like, oh, what did I do wrong? Oftentimes it's very much like, what did I do? Because I know it's me. Oh man, there was one time I got mad at, felt so bad. I was missing. Let me put it in quotes here. Missing a part, and I was putting together a Limerick set, and I was like, oh man, I can't believe Limerick shorted me this piece, and da 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 da, and got all angsty about it, and I was like, man, there's a lot of pieces missing. And come to find out, I had missed opening a small bag of parts. So I was like, Limmerbricks, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I love you all. You skip pages? Me too. Like there have been sometimes I go through and I'm like, none of this looks familiar. And I'll be skipping back and forth and the two pages are like static clung together. And I'm getting, it's like I'd get frustrated. I'm like, oh, I hate this build. I never want to be. I don't want to have anything to do with it ever again. Kind of find out it's like, oh, whoops, this guy, right? This guy right here, obviously, not paying attention. Okay, so we've got one, two. I like how we're using. It's like the. Hold on, I'm gonna stick it on here. I'm gonna show you. I'll bring it up to camera here in a minute. So let me put these pieces on. So it looks like we're using like the bubbles or cotton candy as like flowers. I guess it works. It's a little odd in my opinion, but I'll take it. I'll use that like when I'm doing, because I've been wanting to build an ice cream shop, so I'll definitely use those for the ice cream stuff. Man. So we've got a TV, and I've got to show you this. This is very, very, very interesting design. So basically, let's skip that. Boom. So basically, we have this long TV that has dials on it. So it's like a widescreen TV that has dials. The last time I had a TV that had dials on it, it was a teeny tiny eared television. I don't think I have seen, even with our first, so we had a flat screen back in the early 2000s. And I mean, it was a tube TV with a flat screen on it. And It did not have any dials on it whatsoever. I think it had some buttons at the very, very bottom. Most everything was through the remote. So I'm kind of wondering why we have this whole widescreen TV and there's two dials on each side. I'm loving this. This is ridiculous and I love it. I think we'll make the same errors. Of course we do, man. We're human. That's if sometimes that's what makes the build fun. It's like I went this far and messed these things up, and it's okay. I think my thing is just to make sure, like with a set like this, I'm not that concerned about it. Um, when it's like a Lumabrix set and I'm missing a part, I'm like, oh man, I really want to get this thing put together. And now I've got to go searching the floor in this messy studio for a part. And I'm like, that's where I'm like, oh. And you know, I've contacted Lumabrix before, and they've come through on parts, so it's like they're good for it. It's just that sometimes you're like, you know, you're not waiting for 2 months, but you might be waiting a couple weeks. It's like, I really want to wait for that when I could just clean up the floor and look. But there are so what is it that someone did a joke. Hey Selena, what's happening? Someone did a joke the other day. It was a meme thing, and it's so true for builders. But it was like they dropped a part and it fell under the table and then falls into a black hole. It's like never to be seen again. And there are times when I've dropped a part and I was like, I saw exactly where it went, and I go and I look and I'm like, where in the world is this part? I've dropped parts in the living room and I could look for days and like I have no idea where this part went. Like it seriously disappeared. And it is one of the most aggravating things when it's like, you know, I saw it right here. And then it'll show up. Sometimes it'll show up like a month later. I'm already done with the build. I've already replaced the part. I've moved on. And then I'll look and they're sitting at the table leg where I was sitting building the thing a long time ago. Oh, hey, look, there's this little part. And I'm like, nope, nope, that was not there. I swear I looked there. I could not find it. Just like the socks and the dryers. So I was cleaning our dryers the other day, and I moved the dryer and the washer back, and I found a whole colony of socks. I mean, it was weird. It was like the socks were having a town square meeting behind the washer. I have no idea how they got there. We have things that would keep stuff in place, right? Like little shelves and stuff, and I have no idea how they got there. But it, it was like, it was like Alien, you know, where it's like, were they having a whole town meeting back there? It's just like so many socks. I pulled them all out, and I'm like, you all are going home now. And I could almost hear this tiny sort of like threaded screaming, like, no. It's like, you're gonna have to go back and do your job. You got to be on people's feet. And it was the oddest thing ever. Like, lol, yeah, dude, it's wild sometimes. But yeah, those parts, I've had a few where like the parts will disappear, and I'm like, that's it. So I'm going through bins. I'm like pulling like old things apart. I'm like, I don't need this anymore. I have to pull this part and this part and da da da. And looking, and kid you not, a month later, I'm sitting down and or I'll step. And I'm like, ouch. And I look down and there's that part. Like, are you kidding me? Like after the whole thing, like my kid was like, you know, we were putting together a speed champions, and we had to reach out to Lego to get the parts because it was missing. It was like a tile that was missing. And initially, you know, when we were building it, he was like, "Oh, this part's missing. This is upsetting." I'm like, "Yeah, it really is." And I was like, "Well, let's look under the coffee table. Let's look everywhere first, make sure we don't have it." And I mean, we looked under the table. We looked in the little side panel for it, like all over the place, just looking for this thing. Couldn't find it anywhere. Okay, so we order the part. He puts the set away. He's like, "I'll just do it later." And I'm like, "No, it's here." I got some parts, so I go and I find some tiles to replace it for the time being. Nothing too crazy. And I was cleaning, I was vacuuming around, and something. This is like 3 months later, right? Something kind of caught my eye. I'm looking. I'm like, "What is that?" And I reached down, and it's this little I think it's a 1x6 green tile that was the missing piece. And I mean, it was like sitting at the leg of this little coffee table. And I'm like, "There's no way that that was there. Absolutely no way." There, it's one of those. It's like, this cannot be real, just because at this point we had looked, we had found, or like we looked everywhere. I mean, we cleared off that entire coffee table looking for this piece. So there's absolutely no way it could have been there. But there it was. Lo and behold, just waiting for us, like, "Hey, what's happening?" Okay, so I gotta turn this back around. They're not giving me a lot of arrows to, "Hey, turn it around." They're putting it kind of in the wrong spot. Should go here. So that's definitely one of those things. I've built some plans. I'm actually trying to figure out how to get it up and available for people to purchase and download. But the one of the things, as I've been building, so I've been building for almost 40 years. I'm old, guys. I'm old. I'm old. That's just the way it runs, man. I've been building since '86, so about the time that I was about 6 is some of the first sets I remember getting. Now, I've had other building stuff like Duplo and all that before then, but I remember getting, it was the Legoland, I think it was like 1074, which was the Alien Moonwalker from the Space series. I remember getting that, just being like, "Wow." So I've been building for a while, but I will look at instructions, especially different instructions from like Lego, Luma Bricks, and Barweir, and Hegoai, and Brickcraft, and Brick Loot, and like all of them. I'll look at instructions, and I love like breaking things down, but I will look at instructions, and if I get frustrated by something in an instruction sheet, I will make notes of it. So when I make my own, I'm like, I'm gonna correct that. They grow legs, yeah. The parts, of course they do. Of course they do. Guess what, y'all? We're on our last bag. So we're on our last bag. We'll be finishing this up here in a minute. Yeah, dude, the parts moving and not being where they're supposed to be, it's wild when it happens. Absolutely wild. Kind of, there are times I'm surprised. I'm like, "Dude, how?" And to find it so much later, it's like, where were you this whole time? It's unnerving. Honestly, it's very unnerving. But I found some pieces. I actually found I had a, when I did the Rio Bricks lightsaber. So I've got I had posted about it yesterday, and I have it hanging up on my wall now. Well, on the back of the lightsaber, there is they're bar to clips. There's two of them, and then you use like a flexible wire between it, and it attaches to the bottom of the lightsaber, and it's kind of like a little belt clip sort of thing, which is like, eh. honestly, I wouldn't have kept it on there anyways, but I was putting it together and I was like, hey, I'm going to review this thing. And there's a video of me talking about it and talking about this. And all of a sudden you hear this, and I look and this clip has popped off and shot somewhere in the room. And I'm like looking around at the mess. I'm like, there's no way, absolutely no way I'm finding this part anytime soon. And it took me cleaning this whole like rolling table with the city stuff on there, the bay. It took me cleaning that in this back table, and I finally found it. And um, I got it. I went to put it on the lightsaber, and kid you not, it popped off again, and I have no idea where it is now. So Avi, that part did not want to stay where it was supposed to be. So my lightsaber does not have that part, and I'm okay with that because I don't actually like it. I don't need that part on there. But the Rio Bricks lightsabers are actually pretty cool. They're pretty cool. But it's very, oh man, when you get to the blade part, it is very monotonous. Same thing over and over and over and over and over. And so it's a little unnerving at first. You're like, oh man, come on. But it's a pretty solid build. Overall, it's a nice one. I'm about to do this real quick. Hold on, guys. I'm running out of my space. So I'm gonna turn this. I'm gonna turn this. I think I'm gonna put the boat over here. I'm gonna move my cup and bring these over closer to my face so I can see what in the world I'm doing. There we go. That should give me a little bit more room. Selena, how are you? Doing okay today? All right, let's see. I can't believe I've been at this for how long? Let's see. 2 and 18, not bad. So we'll probably finish this probably under time for this particular build, which that'll be nice. Interestingly enough, it's weird because the police station took about 3 hours and it has less parts, but this feels a little more coherent in what we're doing. Whereas the other one build wise, it was interesting. It had some moments where you're like, we are doing this. Why exactly? So hopefully this will be a little bit more, a little bit better. So far, everything build wise seems to be a lot better. And technically, there's some aspects of this I could use with the water section over there, which I might look into adapting uh, for, because I've got a space between where I want the mech island and um, where the harbor stuff is. So I might adapt this somehow and put it in there. I don't know yet. I'm not quite there. Okay. Ooh, got flexible tubes. Who, if there's anyone in the chat that works on building plans, so actually like building like Lego books, you should sound off, because I have got to tell you, working with like learning how to do the flex hoses on builds with the little like gravity tool, I still have not gotten anywhere near mastering that. That is so hard to do. That part of the build quickly became the bane of my existence, trying to figure out how to move this little tube so it would turn and snap into place with another part. I ended up quitting about, not quitting, but like I ended up stopping about halfway, and I was like, all right, I'm going to have to figure something else out. And I went through and I replaced it with parts. So I'll take it, and oftentimes I'll take the parts, I'll mock them together, like in hand. If I have the parts, I'll mock them together, see how it works, and then I'll translate that over into a build somehow, like on the screen. And where in the world is that part? And that day with that particular thing with the hoses, I was struggling. I was starting to get kind of angry. I could not sleep, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to forego this part and actually just like figure out another way around it. And so I ended up like completely like just redoing the design so it would make sense and it would actually function, because it was not functioning. All right, so here we go. This goes here. That's supposed to fit right onto here. I've got one more, but I'm missing one. To be fitting onto here. So 1 and 2.